Hello, sport fans. Stan Torgerson speaking and bringing you another program of Ole Miss football highlights. A nervous band of young Ole Miss rebels trotted onto the field in Jackson, Mississippi last Saturday, about to face Alabama in front of 47,000, the largest crowd ever to see a sporting event in the state of Mississippi. Led by sophomore quarterback Archie Manning, number 18, the Rebs were attempting to be the first Ole Miss club since 1910 to win one against the Crimson Tide. Coach Johnny Vaught had beaten Bear Bryant 4 times previously, but that was while Bear led Kentucky. Since coming back to Alabama, Bryant was 4 for 4 against Vaught, the man who in 22 years at Ole Miss had turned in the second-best coaching record in America. The Rebs are wearing the dark uniforms, Alabama white, and that was Bo Bowen returning the opening kickoff 27 yards to the Ole Miss 34. The game opens conventionally enough, a handoff to Heineman and a gain of 2 yards. Then Ole Miss calls on Bowen. Bowen doubles Heineman's production, getting 4 and moving the football to the 40-yard line. On 3rd down and 4, Manning takes to the air for the first time. He throws to Bowen and completes it, but it's good for only a yard. So on 4th down, it's up to Julian Fagan. Fagan boots it. Troubled by a sore leg muscle all week, he gets a short one away. It's good for only 26 yards and comes to rest at the Alabama 33. Alabama also finds the going tough. Tailback Ed Morgan is stopped for no gain. Then Bama tries a pitch out to Morgan. The ball is fumbled. Bama recovers, but the play loses 4 yards. On 3rd down, Alabama decides to punt. Frank Mann goes in and he boots it, but he also gets a short kick, only 29 yards. It's to Mississippi's 42. First down, Bo Bowen again carrying the football. He's number 22. No gain. On 2nd down, Manning fires. The result is the same as the first play. No gain. The pass is incomplete. Then Manning threw a strike to Hank Shows, and the big senior tight end maneuvered his way 16 yards downfield for a first down on Mississippi's 42. But a few plays later, the drive, badly wounded by a 15-yard offensive pass interference call against the Rebs, died completely, and Fagan booted the ball to Alabama's 14, where the Tide took over. In 3 plays, Bama had a first down on the 25. On the 4th try, Morgan lugged 8 more to the 33 before Frank Trapp got him. Quarterback Joe Kelly is listed as second string behind sophomore Scott Hunter. With Hunter sitting on the bench injured, Kelly got his chance. He turned out to have legs as nimble as a chorus girl's. Here he dances his way 34 yards, and the show resumes at the Rebel 33. The next act is not so good. Pete Gillibug gets bad notices. And is stopped cold. So Kelly prances back on stage and stars for 5. Notice that little fake? Morgan entertains with a 2-yard advance, but bumps into Buzz Morrow, or vice versa. The Tide decides to go for the missing 3 yards they need for a first down. Unfortunately for them, they take too long in arriving at that decision. 5 yards later, in reverse of course, the show closes. Orrin Buck rings down the curtain with a 48-yard field goal attempt. It is short, no good. Starting then from their own 20, the Rebels for 13 straight plays keep the football until finally they find themselves on the Bama 31, 2nd and 10. By the way, that's team physician Dr. Farrell Varner worrying at this point. He's not the only one. Ole Miss is worried too as the drive runs out of steam with first one incompleted pass and then another. Going for the home run, it's overthrown. Now it's 4th down, and the Rebels are going to try for points by putting the foot into the football. It doesn't happen. Perry King catches his cleats in the ground, and instead of a home run, gets a ground ball to the shortstop. He and the Rebels are OUT. So is the first quarter, with the scoreboard still Mississippi nothing, Alabama nothing. That's equipment manager Nub Sanders working while others are playing as Chapter 2 begins between Ole Miss and Alabama at Jackson. But Bama shakes a few timbers with this drive, their best of the day. Kelly draws the first breath, 10 big yards. In the first half, this unsung 21-year-old from Ozark carried 8 times for 78 yards. This was one of those efforts. 2nd and 9 from the Bama 42. The Tide subtracts 2 from what they need. 3rd and 7. Kelly and tight end Dennis Dixon play howdy-doody for 12. And it's 1st down again. Then Bear Bryant's boys get 5 the easy way, with referee James Artley carrying the ball. You saw it in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. It's called illegal procedure. The crimson and white almost matches Artley's effort, but not quite. They still need a few inches for another 1st down. Kelly promptly gets it on a sneak. Claude Herrod is at the bottom of that pile. Kelly may be only number 2 on the list of Alabama quarterbacks, but no one can say he doesn't try harder. Like this effort, for example, 20 giant steps, and he has a go at the Ole Miss 13. And then the light changes from green to red as the Rebels dig in for another of this season's patented goal line stands. They grudgingly give up 4 yards with Bailey and Herrod making the stop. Wade carried. He does again, and this time Coleman creams him on the 7. For the 3rd straight time, Wade hears his number call. And likewise for the 3rd straight time, the Rebels stop him short. On 4th down from the Ole Miss 5, Bama goes for the big casino. Disdaining a 3-point field goal, they elect to throw and try to put 6 on the board. Our special ground level camera shows what happens. The pass is complete, but Bob Bailey saves the day, and the Tide has come up with a severe case of the shorts. Maneuvering room is hard to come by at your own 5-yard line. Bowen tries a simple smash and gets only exercise. Hindman does a little better. The gain is 6 yards, and now at least the backfield no longer has to line up in the end zone. Then Abel Archie, Drew Mississippi's pride and joy, runs the wide keeper that has worked so well this season. And it works again, this time for 11 yards, and Ole Miss is out of trouble. After getting the 1st down, the Rebel drive stalls, and Alabama gets the football on a punt on their own 48. Kelly throws 3 times, which turns out to be 1 too many. This one gains 7. Number 2 picks up 14. A strike. Glenn Cannon riding him down. But number 3 looks like a volleyball game as the ball bounces from hand to hand. Don't miss this. Putt Krull finally ending up in possession. Interception by Krull. Bang, 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 bang. And give 3 assists on the play. Or was it 4? There was a wee bit of controversy over this next one. A pass to Riley Myers, first ruled complete. Then the decision was reversed. Watch closely and see what you think. There's no element of doubt this time, however. The completion to Myers is as plain as the nose on Jimmy Durante's face. 1st down on the Rebel 36. Bowen had his busiest day as a Johnny Reb. He carried 11 times for 64 yards in the 1st half and 10 times for 34 more in the 2nd. A total of 21 carries and 98 yards gained. That time he picked up 7. With 2nd and 3, Archie throws for the 17th time in the 1st half. He wants to go for number 18, but Bama won't cooperate. The result, a 4-yard loss. Now a heart-stopper for Mississippi fans. Fagan kicks a fine 47-yarder all the way to the Bama 14. And Donnie Sutton almost puts his name into the record book with a spectacular 67-yard return. Watch Steve Hindman save the day from behind for the Rebels, but with some 3 minutes yet to play in the scoreless 1st half, the Crimson Tide ends up only 19 yards from the Ole Miss shore. That's Hindman chasing him, leaping and tripping him up by the ankles. The name of the game is defense, and the defensive names for the red and blue are familiar ones. Trap stops this play for no gain. Barber and Morrow combined to cost the visitors a 3-yard loss. Joe Blunt holds this Kelly to Morgan completion to only 4 yards. Now Bama faces 4th and 9 from the Ole Miss 18. Buck tries to change the scoreboard from the 24. It would have gone into the books as a 34-yarder if it had gotten there, which it didn't. Oh, shucks. Or something like that. After 28 minutes of frustration, Mississippi in only 5 plays goes all the way for 6. A draw play produces 13 yards for Bowen and his teammates. Heinman works for 2 more. Now Manning throws number 18 and completion number 6. While it gets to Myers, the count is still 3rd and 4. Then Vernon Studdard, listed as 3rd-string wingback, a converted quarterback and a boy who spent last season as a redshirt, has his moment of glory. Manning throws a bomb to him, and Studdard handles it like a pro. The play covers 49 yards, and when Bama commits a personal foul at the point of the tackle, half the distance to the goal is tacked on, and Ole Miss is suddenly at the visitors' 6-yard line with just over a minute to play in the half. Here's that play again from ground level. A perfect pass from Manning, a perfect catch by Studdard, and hello, Alabama goal line. With just 1:04 left in the first half, the Rebels have suddenly and startlingly hit home. Manning swings right and drills one into the eager hands of Hank Shows. It was only the 2nd TD of Shows' career. The first is never to be forgotten touchdown steal last year against Houston. Perry King added the extra point, and the score was 7-0 for the Rebels at the half. Even with a 7-point margin, thousands of Rebel fans, including team physician Dr. Varner, worried as Ole Miss kicked off to Alabama to open the second half. Less than 3 minutes later, they breathed more easily as Alabama coughed up the football on their own 31, and Ole Miss put the break to good advantage. On first down from the 31, Manning, who was 8 for 20 in the first half, threw number 21. It's blocked at the line of scrimmage and falls to the ground incomplete. Thinking the Tide expected another pass, the call was a draw play. It was good for 4 yards. Bowen carrying. With 3rd and 6, there was no choice. For the 22nd time, the Rebels went to the air. But again, it was incomplete, overthrown. In came Perry King to attempt a 44-yard field goal. If successful, it would tie for the 3rd longest in Ole Miss history. Was it good? It was. How did I get into this business anyway? The excitement is almost more than I can stand. Some 5 minutes later, after the kickoff and an exchange of punts, Bama found themselves on their own 16 trying to get something going. It was not easy. Still down 10-0, the Tide throws for 5. They still need 3 for a first down. Quarterback Kelly gets it, plus 1 to spare. Another pass coming up. Bama tried 25 during the afternoon. 13 of them connected. This one didn't. A second down run didn't fare much better. Boom. Then on third down, Kelly threw again, and the Rebels picked off the second of their 4 interceptions. Give credit to Ray Heidel, number 19. Operating now from the Tide 27, Ole Miss smelled another score, even though first down was a no-gainer. The Rebs were 11 for 26 through the air, gaining a total of 129 yards, but here they start to run. This handoff will go to Bowen. Watch him carefully. Manning looking first from one side to the other, making certain his team is set. A long count, which Ole Miss used many times during the afternoon. Now the handoff to Bowen, but there's nothing there for him. Here are 14 of the passing yards gained. Manning to Neely, and a first down at the 13-yard line of Bama. Then a fumbled handoff and an Alabama recovery, one of three they chalked up that day, and they're in business on their 20. 2 plays later, on this pitch out, Ed Morgan puts his club back into the game with a 40-yard thrust that was finally halted by Glenn Cannon at the Rebel 34. But the superb Ole Miss defense quickly recovered. They stopped Morgan on first down for a yard loss. The tackle was credited to Harrod. They held Kelly for no gain. A pass went incomplete. On fourth down and desperation, Coleman and Brister combined to frustrate Kelly further. The play lost 4. The Rebs got the football returned to them, and shortly after, the quarter ended with a pleasing, if hardly comfortable, 10-0 Rebel lead. Opening the fourth period, Alabama faced 4th and 4 from their own 30. All they could do was punt, and with the kick they got, that's like saying that all Raquel Welch can do is to look beautiful. Frank Mann belted one 51 yards on the fly from the line of scrimmage and over 60 yards from where he was standing. Leon Phelps took some of the sting out of it with a 19-yard return. The Rebs then ran 3 and kicked. Bama ran 3 and kicked it back. And for Ole Miss, it was first down on their own 36. Bowen scooted 6 and fumbled. But Hank Shows covered the football. Heineman chugged for 3. And still leading 10-0, the red and blue had 3rd and 1. Manning ran the keeper again. It was like money in the bank. The gain was 9. First down at the Alabama 46. Bo Bowen goes for a short 10. Second down, a good passing situation. Shows is the receiver, and it's another first. The 14th for the Rebels, and their 7th by passing. Now the going gets tougher, but not impossible. First down. The Rebels earn 3 yards. Steve Hyman carrying the mail. Second down is frustrating. Coming up will be 3rd and 7. They run for it and are still a yard short when the play is over. This is Archie Manning. He gets shaken up on this play. Archie will be only the 4th player from Drew, Mississippi to earn a letter, and the 1st since Don Williams in 1957. Drew did have another quarterback, John Wallace Blaylock, in 1954, 55, and 56. The other letter winner from Drew was Clark Bishop in 1949. Now, what do? Do you go for the first down, try a field goal, or kick for Coffin Corner? The Rebs go for the first on a pitch out to Bowen, and the Jackson Jr. shows us something with more than average fullback speed. Sitting on the Crimson Tide 21, the Rebels are in great field position. But first down costs them dearly, 14 yards to be exact. Archie cannot find a receiver. Second down. For the 3rd time, Mississippi gives up the football via a fumble, and the desperate Crimson and White go on the offensive again. But not for long. They're throwing or attempting to on every play. No go this time. Overthrown. Then one clicks for them. It's a gain of 12 and first down at their own 46. The Rebels' Bob Bailey personally ends the fun with this interception. Bob is number 30, chugging to get loose. The Rebs just want to run out the clock as their happy fans look on. They stay on the ground and they eat up the time, still riding that 10-point lead. For example, here's Heineman on first down. Now Manning on second down. The gain gives Ole Miss 3rd and 7 from the Alabama 44, and we're late in the 4th quarter. Help arrives as Sam Gellerstedt charges offside. It was the only thing wrong this boy did all day. He was a tower of strength at 5 feet 8 inches tall, but this misfire cost the visitors 5 yards and gave the Rebels 2 downs to get 2 yards. They only needed 1 of the downs. Heineman, carrying for the 15th time, added the 41st, 42nd, and 43rd yards to his total. And Gellerstad made amends by getting the tackle. So it's first down Ole Miss at Bama's 36. And a pitch over here to Heineman. And it's second down Ole Miss at Bama's 35. Moments before, Manning had been shaken up. Don Fair, another sophomore, is now at quarterback. He gets a yard here. He carries for 6 to the right. And he makes it fourth down and 2. The next play never gets going, and the Rebels suffer an 8-yard loss, returning the ball to the boys from Tuscaloosa. Actually, it was fumbled, picked up. The boy ran it all the way into the end zone, thinking the ball was still alive, which of course it was not, since it had plainly hit the ground. Ball is brought back, and Alabama keeps it for the next 9 plays. All but one passes or attempted passes. This one's complete for a yard. On second down, it's complete again. Kelly throws for 18. And Alabama is in Ole Miss territory on the 45. Buzz Morrow personally handles the next try, knifing in and dropping Kelly for a 2-yard loss. The aerial bombardment continues as desperate Alabama, trailing by 10 points, keeps trying for a miracle. They hit for almost 12 as Cannon makes the tackle. Kelly throws again on third down. It's complete for a yard or a bit less, leaving inches to go for a first down. So now the only play in the series which is not a pass or an attempt to pass. A sneak on fourth down, and Bama gets the needed distance for the first. Throw, and throw again. No good, with just over a minute to play. You thought he caught it, didn't you? No, he dropped it when he hit the ground. Second down 10 for Mississippi's 34. You don't need a coach's degree to know what's coming. Overthrown, and it fails. Glenn Cannon must certainly be one of the best, if not the best, safety man ever to play in Rebel land. He breaks up the Bama thrust with an interception at the Ole Miss 20 and a 15-yard return to the 35. Apparently, the Rebs are out of danger. Apparently. But not quite. The second backfield is in there running out the clock, and they can't quite manage it. On first down, Joe Sam Owen goes for a gain of a yard. Leon Feltz tries. He's number 27. And the play loses a yard. On third down, it's Owen again. This time, Bama drops him for a 5-yard loss, and the Rebels have fourth down on the 30. Now the play you've been waiting to see. Fagan back to punt, and Mike Hall bursts up the middle like a runaway freight. He catches the ball solidly on the chest, and it bounces back toward the goal line, eventually rolling or being bumped into the end zone where Mike Riley recovered. And Bama is on the scoreboard with 6. Some fans felt Bama carried it in after the boy's knee hit the ground. What did you think? The Tide goes for 2 points and gets it as Kelly throws to Gillaba. There are only 8 seconds left on the clock, and the Rebel lead has shrunk to 2 points, 10-8. Bama tries an onside kick. In the scramble, Tom McGivens reaches up and grabs the football for Ole Miss, and one play will end this one for all time. The one play is a keeper by Don Fair, who falls to the ground running out the last few seconds, and Ole Miss has beaten Alabama for the first time since 1910. The score 10-8. And in all the years we have known Coach Johnny Vaught, we have never seen a grin on his face as broad as the one you'll see in these pictures, as Bear Bryant offers his congratulations. We can't remember seeing Coach Vaught walk off the field with a game ball either, but who can blame him? It's his first win over Bama after 4 straight losses, and it was indeed a day for him to rejoice. Not for long, however. He and his team turn their thoughts to next Saturday's opponent, mighty Georgia. This is Stan Torgerson reminding you to join us next week as we report that one on Ole Miss Football Highlights.